Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and today I want to give you a warning. We all know we've had some great price movement the last 24 hours, but here's the scary part. Anytime this starts happening, and I have a feeling we're heading into a time when things are going to boom, the hacker activity and the theft of crypto goes nuts. I keep telling you, all I care about right now is keeping my XRP safe. Now I do that on Caleb and Brown. I do put part of my stuff on Caleb and Brown and some in other places, but and I get the free institutional custody on Caleb and Brown. But today in my group at daixrp.com, which is the Patreon. If you'd rather join through YouTube, you can click join below that. If you'd rather join through X, you can hit subscribe. But today I'm going to show you a horror story of somebody losing their crypto, and then I'm going to show you this is the top level secret to use for making sure that your crypto is safe, in my opinion, and it's based off of the story that I'm going to show you. This is like next level stuff, okay? And it's important, and I'm going to go over why. But if you want to open a Caleb and Brown account, go to xrpwealth589.com. It'll forward you to my page here on Caleb and Brown. You click sign up today. You can get free custody. You get your own broker that you can call, email, or direct message through the app, and you get the liquidity for your exit. Okay, I want to remind everybody, go to XRPLasVegas.com. The ticket sales are on. This will be the biggest one ever. And it's going to be at Paris Casino this year, which is an upgrade from MGM. Brad Combs told me he tried to do it at the Venetian where Bitcoin Las Vegas was, and they had the dates open, but the Bitcoin people said, no, we don't want them to have a conference here, and they had first right of refusal. And so the next best thing was to go to Paris Casino. So go to XRPLasVegas.com, and here's Brad Combs' tweet from Digital Perspectives. XRP Las Vegas 2026 is back. Get your tickets early before they're gone. We're happy to announce Ripple as a premier sponsor this year. Paul Barron will be a major news contributor with their exclusive Paul Barron Network media desk. So he'll be there doing interviews, kind of like he did last year, I guess. All right. So here's what's going on. The deal has been reached to reopen the U.S. government. Trump successfully gave Senate Republicans unbelievable leverage, forcing moderate Democrats to cave. And here's Raoul Paul talking about what's going to happen now.
They need to expend $250 billion in 3 weeks or a month to pay everybody for their back pay. So that's all going to flood back into the system the moment the government reopens. And when it reopens, that's when liquidity comes back. They drain the TGA over time. But now they have a new liquidity measure, which is the ability to increase the balance sheet. And then the multiplier from the banks goes through.
Okay. And then this is from one of the ETF guys. Government shutdown ending equals spot crypto ETF floodgates opening. In the meantime, could see first 33x spot XRP ETF launch this week. That will be Canary. Now, a lot of people are saying that this is AI, but here's the thing. Even if it is AI is saying all the exact things that we've been trying to tell everyone. This is worth 2 minutes of your time. AI or not AI?
This is why the XRP ETF is such a big deal. Because here's how this plays out. The moment the SEC approves an XRP ETF, everything changes. Wall Street gets a green light to allocate. And if you think they're going to miss a chance to buy an asset built for global finance under $10, think again. That ETF demand will absorb supply at an insane pace. And unlike Bitcoin, XRP supply is actually shrinking through every transaction via the burn mechanism. XRP is designed to get more valuable with use. Now couple that with Ripple's RLUSD pushing more volume through the XRPL, and XRP's value engine becomes exponential. Think of it like this. RLUSD adoption, volume, bridging, XRP burns, lower supply, plus ETF demand, explosive price action, and yes, we're seeing it in real time. $500 million in RLUSD in 6 months, 604% growth. Second fastest growing stablecoin globally. And Ripple's just getting started. Now here's the part few are talking about. Ripple didn't even need to build RLUSD. They were already solving cross-border payments using other stablecoins and XRP. But they realized something powerful. Owning the stablecoin layer means controlling the velocity of volume across the entire ledger. And volume harks power. Because if you're moving billions of dollars across a decentralized ledger, you decide the rules of engagement. You can optimize the flow, you can maximize efficiency, you can extract the most value, and deliver it to XRP holders through reduced supply and increased relevance. That's the game Ripple is playing. They're not just building a coin, they're rebuilding financial plumbing for the 21st century. And once that becomes obvious to Wall Street, to regulators, to everyday investors, the floodgates open. Let's zoom out.
Great video. Now, I don't know why. Well, I do know why. CNBC, our financial media here in the U.S., will not tell you the truth about XRP, but in Germany they will.
Dein Lieblingscoin, der XRP, eigentlich umgeben ist von sehr positiven Nachrichten, auch beispielsweise von der Ripple Swell, die jetzt gerade erst war. Und trotzdem geht er deutlich zurück, teilweise auch deutlicher als der Bitcoin. Wieso reagiert XRP nicht auf dieses positive Nachrichtenumfeld?
Wir hatten ja schon mal gesagt, auch in unseren Interviews oder immer wieder gesagt, dass die Informationen, die Nachrichten den Kurs eigentlich nicht so massiv treiben. Die Kryptowelt ist eingebettet in die Finanzwelt als eine Assetklasse und die Finanzwelt wiederum ist eingebettet in das weltweite Ökosystem. Und über dieses weltweite Ökosystem reden wir ja. Das heißt, wir haben am Dienstag explizit nochmal herausgearbeitet, dass QT jetzt endet, also im Prinzip Liquidität nicht mehr dem Markt entzogen wird und man wartet jetzt drauf, wann QE kommt, also Quantitative Easing, also wann wieder Geld, Liquidität seitens der Fed zum Beispiel in den Markt hinein.
For some reason, CNBC just doesn't want to tell you the truth about all this. Look at this. This is an interesting post. The top is not in. Most of you laugh now, but write this down. 2026 is the year of the horse, the year of Bitcoin runs wild. You thought 2025 was chaos. That was just the purge, the year of liquidations, tariffs, fear. 2026 is the real bull, the one you'll tell stories about. Capital will flow out of gold, decades of stored value, into Bitcoin. I don't know about that. From there, it will cascade into Ethereum, then into altcoins with real utility. Guess which one? That will make Bitcoin look slow. That'll happen. Bitcoin dominance can fall as low as 30%. That's when you'll know the cycle has flipped. The signal for the beginning of it all, when governments start printing again and the moment quantitative easing returns. That's the green light. That's the ignition. Mark this down. Bitcoin 1 million in 2026. ETH 100,000 in 2026. The charts never lie. If that's the case, you're going to get an XRP 10 to 20 bucks. Easy. Folks, easy. Look at Dom Quat. FYI, the decoupling has been happening since I first flagged. XRP's up 66%, not 60, 6% the last month. Bitcoin's down 6% the past month. As I've always said, it's a process, not a one-time event. And then we've got this. Now, as the this is Robbie Mitchnick from BlackRock. You know, the same guys that don't talk about XRP. He describes Bitcoin with these words: product market fit, investor narrative, big addressable market, digital gold-like asset. All of those are it's pure marketing. All of that is pure marketing. But here in the video, he also brings up the word economic utility. What is that?
Well, I think my advice is more for the people coming in how they approach the space. I think it's very important to be discerning and to be very particular about which assets one is going to hold, right? There's a reason Bitcoin is still roughly 65% of the market cap of the space, because it has very clear product market fit and investor narrative and a big addressable market as this digital gold like asset. There's a reason there's consolidation in a lot of the rest of the market cap in a few top assets, which is those are the handful that have really proven themselves and developed some degree of product market fit and economic utility. One has to be very wary going far down the table. There's hundreds of thousands of crypto assets out there today. The vast majority of those are or will be totally worthless. And so investors have to be careful around that. And they also, I think, should be wary around trading on a short-term basis. Certainly, short-term levered basis is a tough game a lot of times in the crypto space. And I think the people who've done the best in this space have taken a much more long-term fundamental view and understood that you have to be patient and you have to understand that there's volatility in this space and there will be cycles.
You know, I don't think Robbie Mitchnick gets enough credit. I'm going to have to create a thumbnail with a picture of Robbie Mitchnick and a quote from his XRP valuation from 2018. At that time, he thought that it was worth, I think it was between $1 something and $8 and something. So imagine what he thinks it's worth now. I'm going to make him even more famous and put him on a thumbnail today and put his quote right there, just so you can see it all. Okay, we're going to go in DAIXRP.com, but before we do, I want to show you something because this applies to you out here too. Remember, it's the website for this is Crypto Coach Nick. That's Nick, N-I-C-K. CryptoCoachNick.com is the website. My friend Nick Burafedo, he created 2 courses. They're 90-minute courses to give you, many of you and your friends and family, as we go into Thanksgiving and Christmas. I do it all the time myself. I try to explain blockchain to people, and they look at me like they saw a ghost or they don't understand what's going on. He's got a course here for average retail investors. It's this one here on the left. It's called Blockchain Bootcamp. And then he's got one over here for financial advisors who need to be able to explain all of this, the basics of this, to their potential customers, clients, whatever. So, out here on YouTube, he gave me a 25% discount for you if you go to checkout. And by the way, he also has a when you're checking out, you can give this as a gift since we're going into the holidays. So you get 25% off either course if you use the code. He just gave it to me. It's XRP589 is the code. Let me double check that. Yeah, you get 25% off. XRP589 is the code. There's another code if you're in the group. I'll give that to you as I go into the group. There's another code that gives you, I think, 35% off. I'll give you that one in the group. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, tell your friends and family. Here we go.